to make it even more smooth. Oh, this song is so fucking cool, dude. Actual question, what are some things you consider when putting together a splash art composition? This one I didn't think nearly as much as I would usually do. But mainly I'm thinking about motion. The one thing that I'm very conscious about, I think the one thing more than anything else that I'm very conscious about is occupying negative space. And also, I'm focusing on contrast. But I'm not talking about color contrast. I'm talking about like contrast in forms. For example, I'll just redline this so you can see what I mean. For example, if something is occupying this space, I would want something maybe not to be occupying this space. If something's occupying this space, I want something that maybe occupy this space or not occupy this space. It's a very small thing, but like, I would say if you have something here, maybe don't have something here. If you have something here, maybe don't have something here. It's kind of like a back and forth that you have to kind of keep considering so you don't overstimulate your viewers to stay at a single place. And also it makes sure there's enough interest in other areas so your viewer can travel. That sounds really complicated and weird, but like it'll make more sense the more you kind of consume these kind of pieces. Another thing that I'm always continuing is eye levels and where characters' heads are positioned. So if Roger Smith is occupying this space, like his eye line is occupying this space, I don't want other characters to share the same eye line as Roger Smith. So this character occupies its own eye space. Big O itself occupies its own eye space. This could probably be higher. If I were to change this, I'd probably move her up a little bit higher. But Big O occupies his own eye line. Dorothy occupies her own eye line space. The police officer down here that you guys can't really see occupies her own eye line site. So these are other things you have to constantly consider. Diokoki, hello. Irashaimase. Let me show you something like a bigger piece that I did, so you can like really see when there's a lot of characters at once. I think here, my Zelda piece. My Zelda piece also has those same rules, and I'm like micro editing so that doesn't happen. Those exact things I just mentioned never happen. So like Ganon shares with the Goron, which is not good, which means there needs to be maybe a slight adjustment. This is not super major, but I would consider it. Zelda right here floating shares her own line. Ganondorf, Ganon as his pig form shares his own. This is not always bad because sometimes your shared eyesights can guide the image. So for example, since Ganondorf is looking to the right, that can guide the viewer's eyes to the right. So him looking to the right and then leading to the Goron crying could be like something that could be beneficial to my compositional journey. But you know, eye line, God, I should hold shift, huh? Or not, because shift works really weird on this. Yeah, they don't share. They don't share. This old guy doesn't share with Link. This doesn't share. This doesn't share. So like these are things I think I would say it's important to consider. It's just because it has to do with just like, I guess, a sense of like mundaneness. Like you don't want your viewer to get bored looking at your artwork. And once things are kind of lined up like that, you kind of get like a row situation. You don't want like rows of characters because it kind of makes it uninteresting to look through. Unless your objective maybe is to highlight multiple characters in a row where people are going to want to look for their character like in a Where's Waldo kind of way. Sure. But I think for a piece like this, when your focus is trying to like tell a story with a composition, you want to make sure they're not really sharing that kind of like plane and information and stuff like that. Even same sizes, I'll be careful with character sizes as well. Don't make them too big or too small, or don't make one character, don't make characters too much of the same size. And if they are the same size, make sure they maybe share different planes of compositional space. Guide your viewer's eye. That might be a little tough to do, but like that might be tough to teach. But for example, this composition starts in the center. It starts at Ganondorf's fist, essentially. Or it can start at Link, or it can start right here at the brightest point. But a lot of things are drawing you towards the middle of this compositional journey. So you can go up Ganondorf's arm, leading to his head. And then you can kind of circle the canvas in this kind of fashion. Or you can even go downward towards this part of the piece that's also really letting up. And it can go up this way towards the piece. So you want to like give your viewer like a constant kind of like streamline of easily consumable information and storytelling. Thanks for the hand stretches, Boomerini. And you also want it where if your viewer starts at a point that they can go anywhere from that point. So let's say if your viewer doesn't start from the very middle, they start instead from Nabuto. You want to make sure you guide your viewer to another part of your canvas. So I tried it with lighting. So I used her hair to like do like an S situation to like rope the viewer back into the canvas. So like I have the hair kind of flowing into the direction towards the canvas, and then you can like ride up her legs and then go back up to the rest of the piece. The same thing with him. The lighting kind of rides him up in this motion back to Ganondorf. If you start at the Goron's face, which is kind of strange, I have Ganondorf's flowy cape that is leading you to Nabuto. So like if you're looking up here, you can follow the red cape, and you can also follow Zelda, which is right here, down the canvas as well. So there's like all kinds of different like ways you can guide your viewer to like move them around the canvas. You can use Link's, like I have Link's hair right here. I'm not even going to pretend to say that every decision I made right here is intentional. But these are things that when I start at like the roughest version of this, that I'm like readjusting constantly. Let me see if is this recorded by any chance? It's not recorded, unfortunately. Let me see if there's like a very early sketch of this so you can kind of see maybe the things that I moved around to make really work. Let's see. Let's get rid of this and that. I'm trying to see if I can find like the very first sketch. Is this the very first sketch? Yeah, here's the very first sketch. I guess I was really thinking of it as I went, but those errors before are way stronger, so I had to readjust the size of like from the new one, I had to readjust the size of Fish Girl for Nabuto so they don't like completely share. I forgot what else I changed, but I did fuck around with this picture a lot. I remember when I built the composition. What's this one? This one might be the very first one, actually. What's this one down here? This is the very first one. Okay, here we go. Get out of here, dude. Who just raided me? What up, Celtice, dude? How was your stream? Sorry, I got a raid and run. Tot K time for us? Huh? Whatever, dude. Hey, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Enjoy whatever you're about to be up to. And thanks for the follows from, oh, Tears of the Fallen Kingdom. Oh, the irony that I'm looking at an Ocarina of Time piece right now. Here's the very first Doodle Dad sketch of my composition. You can tell everything that's going on, can't you? I'm kidding, but you know, it's like a constant like micro adjustment period until it looks like something that's like tangible as a full piece. Yeah, feels me. Danny the Traveler, thanks so much for the follow. So Danny the Traveler, Taiso Not, enjoy Tears of the Fallen, whatever. Amaya Mujin, Black White Check, and Tony Sur, Thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it, dude. If you guys don't follow Celti's art, you should, because her artwork is fucking impeccable and crack. Like, hold on, let me open some of their work. I'm like, my brain's not working right now because I was in the middle of teaching some stuff or trying. Oh, the homie Celti's, dude, their art's incredible. Their art is impeccable. But anyway, I was just talking about composition building for pieces like this that are like, you know, multi-character pieces. Yeah. But did that make any sense, Mooney Raven? I know it's a lot of information, but it's a lot of information, a lot of things to consider. But I think if you control your eyesight and you also try your best to guide your viewer, I would say a good trick, by the way, Mooney, is to maybe find a focus, right? So first thing is first, find the character that you maybe want to be like the first thing your viewer wants to see. So I'll even sketch one out. Let's like think of what's a franchise, guys, that we can think of. What's a franchise or something we can think of? I'm thinking. Halo? That was the worst suggestion you could have thought of. Gundam? I hate you guys. All right, we'll do Gundam. Whatever. Let's do... Which Gundam? Gundam Wing? Metroid? You guys suck, dude. Everything that's like not easy to draw. I'll do Gundam Wing, because Gundam Wing has a bunch of characters in it. Let me see if I can find a picture of all the leads at once, so I can just draw them from like a lineup or something. All right, here we go. We have I have a lineup of all the Gundam Wing homies and stuff. They look all stupid. I used to think these guys were so cool. But yeah, they're definitely like 90s anime as fuck. Dragons, Disney Princess? Guys, you know, I'm saying a franchise, motherfucker. What the hell's Dragon, the franchise? Dragon? Dragging these nuts? What are you... Anyway, the main character of Gundam Wing is Hiro. He's, you know, the guy that has, you know, the main Gundam, you know, he's cool. So, like, I would probably focus on drawing him first. And I'd probably give him, like, a, you know, kind of cool dynamic pose. It doesn't have to be a pose out of his perspective. It doesn't even have to be particularly dynamic. But you can kind of start off from that as a starting point. So maybe I'll have him on, like, the bottom right corner. This is me thinking out loud. He'll be on the bottom right corner of the canvas looking all like serious and edgy, you know, because that's what he was. He was kind of a boring fucking character, to be honest, because he was always like kind of, even his outfit sucked. He just wore like a freaking, a tank top, and that's it. A tank top and like some plain pants. But anyway, here's Hiro occupying the bottom corner of the canvas. So from this point, how would you want to, like, you know, how do you branch off from this? You have like unlimited options at this point that can like move you around the canvas. Tony Lore, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. From this point, I'll maybe branch off to another character. I noticed that this one guy has a long ponytail, so maybe I can use him as like a guide to lead you to a different part of the canvas. So I'll maybe draw him kind of big. I'll draw this guy kind of big, and then I'll have his long ponytail wrapping around the canvas. It's kind of similar to my Ganon composition, to be honest. So we have this guy being a pretty girl, kind of. But hold on, let me try to make him look cool. Let me try to make him look cool and not lame. Let's see. I'm not really doing, this is not a full piece I'm doing, by the way. I'm just trying to show you, like, I'm talking out loud as I'm like guiding the canvas. Okay, so we have this guy. He has his long ponytail going around, is looping the canvas. So you can use, from this point, I can use this ponytail as a guide for all the characters. Duo's the prettiest princess. Is that the name of this character? I can use this to guide the rest of the composition. So I can have the fake ass Leon S. Kennedy Gundam guy. Maybe I'll put him like here, not at the eye level of this guy with the ponytail. I can put him like maybe around this point, like in the middle of Hero and him. And then I can like, you know, size him the way I want, or like put him in a position I want or whatever. It won't be perfect. I'm just trying to like think about this. And then like wrapping down here, I would put maybe lower than Hero. I'll put whatever the fuck this guy is with his like other, he has a ponytail too. Damn, all these guys have ponytails. But whatever this guy is with his I haven't seen this show in so long. I only remember the protagonist's name because the girl screamed his name as often as possible. She was always like, Hero! And I was like, keep it down, dude. I'm trying to enjoy this cool show. Damn it. But yeah, I can put him down here. And then I could probably even occupy this space up here if I really wanted to. But I think maybe instead I'll put someone over here maybe looking in this direction. Oh, that's another thing to consider, I guess. The direction of where you want characters looking is something that you have to really pay attention to as well. Because you do not want a situation where characters are very often looking in the same direction as each other. So like if this guy is looking down in this direction, you don't want this guy also looking down in this direction because that makes a redundancy. So these guys are both looking out into their own directions. He's looking in this direction. He's maybe looking down in this direction. Hero's looking straight at the camera. Like these are like the things that you have to like, you know, kind of focus on. Skills of directing your viewer's eye, yeah. Like I always say, you want to spoon feed. You want to like spoon feed the experience for your viewer. So you have to treat your viewers like babies, dude. Like dumbass, stupid ass babies. And you have to make sure they know exactly where to go next. And it's up to you if you want to make that journey difficult, easy, or interesting or flat. Because if you don't do these right, you get, unfortunately, in situation where your viewer is no longer going to be interested in your composition at all. And they're not going to want to explore it or look around or find anything interesting about it. You know what I mean? You have to like really navigate and guide. So even from this piece, this big O piece I'm working on right now, I'm using Roger Smith's fist, and it's going to be their watch. Their watch is going to be lit up down here. The watch is going to be lit up and maybe doing like a spotlight, but you're going to be starting here, and with the lighting that I have in place, you're going to ride up Roger Smith's arm. You're going to go directly to her, or you're going to go and wrap around Big O. Big O's lighting scheme guides you downwards, and you can find the hidden police officer down here. And then there's also going to be Dorothy that's behind Roger Smith, but she's going to be slightly a little more washed out, and like kind of, she's going to be something that you're going to have to look for a little bit, because that's kind of what I want. But to get to her is not going to be that hard, because you're going to either ride up Roger Smith's fist and you're going to find her on the way there, or you're going to maybe get her around back when you find your way around this area of the composition. Goku SSJ4, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. So anyway, I guess good luck, dude. Good luck. These compositions are probably my favorite to make, but they're definitely not my favorite to finish. So hopefully that all made sense, and hopefully that could potentially help you, create something like this if you ever decided to. Because it's really not that tough. I think the only thing that's wrong with this composition currently is I think this space down here is like super lacking any kind of level of interest. But maybe it doesn't need it, you know, because if you're just going up this way, you're not going to even need to look down in this corner at all. But maybe down here I can maybe include like a silhouette of the city, you know, just to make another little like Easter egg that people can like look for when they're kind of going up and down my piece. Just have his dick out, space filled. Hey, you might be onto something there. Thank you, no problem, Mooney. Good question. I feel like I've answered this question a lot, but yeah.